mind. We don't fold under pressure, yeah, no cap in the game. Stay true to the game, yeah, burning like a flame. Bass, stacking on the bass, don't chase the cat. Bass, stacking on the bass, don't chase the cat. Ignore the hate, they lying on you in the trap. It's simple, yeah, we eat the scraps. I'm actual, factual, till I hold a map. Foundation is lit, you know it, it's a wrap. Take a look at this truth, you know it ain't fake. Pulling out a 1600, hit the block and escape. Level up now in the scene, spotlight, blasting real bright. What's going on every move, but you staying real tight. I'm saying mud, these fakes on the rise, no chill. P amplified, but you know you pick the drill. Yeah, whispers in plots, echo chambers booming loud. Bass is solid, yeah, crowd going wild. Bass like a trap guy, Prezi with the flare. Unfiltered heat, getting the leak in the air. Used to dodge setup, now I'm swerving on the scandals, fast on the up. Bombs keep dropping, you run if you're fast, stay true to yourself, lead a cap in the pack. Warfare, bars, Nicky came out the trenches, standing unfazed. Policy drops, that's a brand new op. Factual fortress, order on a drop.
Great morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. Let's get this show started. We don't got all day long to do the work that it takes to save this great country of ours. All right, so let's get this thing going. You know how we start these shows off, ladies and gentlemen. All right, buckle up. It's about to start. Let's go. Oh, straight max rate. All right, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm using the chat for straight max. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage, the case full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room. Nice to see all of you this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. An algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we're going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my right seat. Let's go, Heaven. And if they use my ex, that mean they lost me. They don't give me calls if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Okay. Alright, here it goes. Alright, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. This is my favorite part. Here it goes. I'ma take off this spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus.
That was a lie. They were here yesterday.
That shit was
Keep
radical.
it clean, please, man.
It was horrible.
Okay.
I'm like, you've gone. Zeus has gone way off the.
Oh,
rails.
give me a break.
Like deja vu.
They always lie. They always lying on you in the trap, right? Wow. All right. Well, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I'm your pilot, and you know once again why we are gathered here to do the real work that it takes to save this country from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons who are hell-bent on destroying this great country of ours. And you know what it takes to save America? Shows like this, where you apply pressure, and what we do over here, we apply a lot of pressure on this show, and yesterday was a great example of that. And I don't want to really get too much into that because I understand a lot of people's feelings get hurt when they hear the truth. That's a W Zeus. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But where are my manners? For those of you, this might be your first time tuning in to the Rizzler. That's me. You know, they call me Zeus and they call me Triple H. And you know, why do they call you Triple H? Well, this is what I was about to say. The first H is because I'm honest. W's in the chat for Rick. Thank you. The first H is because I'm honest. I'll say what needs to be said, whether you like it or not. And you know this, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to just say this, and I've always given people so much caution on this show. And I'll say this, if you don't want your feelings hurt and you don't want to hear the truth, leave. Just leave. Because we want strong people to help save we don't want a bunch of weak people. So that's the first H, because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. If you can't handle it, leave. The second H is because I'm humble. Listen, None of us are perfect, right? Nobody on earth is perfect. None of us have, none of us are perfect. And so with that being said, if I get it wrong, many of you know me. I will be the first to apologize. But get this. Just because your feelings get hurt, does that mean Big Zeus owes you an apology, ladies and gentlemen? Nope. Actually 100% of the time, it means you need to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. W Zeus. Hi, Ray. Hey, Ray. You don't mean that, Ray. I know you don't. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Now, many of you, like I said, you know what I do over here. I get down, we get active, and we take care of business on this show. And the way that we take care of business is we hold folks like Ray in my comment section. I don't know, I'm assuming she's a conservative woman of some sorts. But we'll say what needs to be said in order to wake her game up. I say a lot of times I hit them with the cheat code. And they say, well, Zeus, what do you mean? I take their dear leader, right? And they could call it TDS. They could call it whatever they want. But a lot of these people, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, especially on the right, they're over here. They never come up when I ask them to come up, right? They steal the sauce that I'm cooking up on TikTok. I give them so much game. I give them so many perspectives. I'm diabolical with the way that I do it. Then they take what I'm doing, and then they go back to their platforms, and they try to be the Rizzler. And I just wanted to let you know, many are called, but only a few are chosen, and I'm the chosen one. So do not fall for these fake TikTok hosts out there that are going to, you know what they do? And this is what I say to people. They'll lie to you, especially on the right. They'll lie to you. They'll gaslight you, especially some of the conservative women. And I call them master manipulators. Because they'll let you do whatever you want to them, especially, and I say this to the brothers and sisters out there, Blaga in particular, you got to be careful out here because a lot of these folks out here, they say they're your friends, but when you get in a jam, you'll find out they're not W Zeus, and they know. We're not going to mention any artist name. But they know who I'm talking about, and the way that I interact and I say what I say, it doesn't just apply to one particular person. Honestly, I'm hitting them all. W Zeus. So you keep allowing yourselves to get played like a fiddle. I promise you. And I said it a couple of days ago, and I chuckled to myself. I said, now, and he's a good friend of mine. I said the other day before this show, or yesterday's show, I said, he was laughing. He said, oh, Zeus, that was the funniest monologue you've ever done, Zeus. It's funniest. And I told him, and then I said, same thing make you laugh, make you cry, right? Didn't I say that? And he knows what I'm talking about. Hey, Ray, here's the thing. I don't really want you to vote blue because I don't want you to do anything your heart's not really into doing, all right? What I would hope, Ray, and all of you voters out there that are still supporting this guy right here, you know who he is, Epstein's friend. He said Epstein was a terrific guy. And I'll talk about Jeffrey Epstein until I get blue in the face. You can't stop it. They don't want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump's relationship, but they want to talk about President Joe Biden. So what's the difference, right? Joe Biden didn't commit any of these crimes. Joe Biden didn't do anything that Donald Trump has done and continues to do. And so what I'll say is this, because I know a bunch of them are a bunch of weak individuals. And I would just say, honestly, if you can't handle conversations on TikTok about politics, it might be a good time for you to do something that I haven't suggested in a long time. Why don't you just delete the app, W Zeus? Why don't you just delete the app? Your life will be so much better. Have you ever thought about that, right? So I'll say this, and then I'll move on to what I got to talk about. All right. So what I would like to talk about is this, but before I get into it, I'll say this. If you don't want your feelings hurt, leave right now because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader. Oops.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. I take no responsibility for how feelings get hurt around here. I'm the Rizzler. I'm Zeus. I'm Triple H. And I'm still on the throne. And I tell my mutuals, just put your shields on. The devil's been very busy, and the devil is trying to distract us and make it all about him. And I'm not going to do that. This is about saving the greatest country on the planet. It has the potential to be the United States of America, and part of that requires us to expose MAGA's hypocrisy in real time. And an example, yeah, shields on, Ray, yeah, because not you, though. I'm talking to my mutuals. An example of what I mean, MAGA hypocrisy, is this in the background. Does anybody know who that is taking a nap in the middle of a cabinet meeting right there with his neck hanging out? You see his neck right there? You see that, Ray? Whose neck is that? That is no, it's not Joe Biden. That's Donald Trump, the man who always said, I don't know how Joe Biden could just fall asleep on camera the way that he does. And I keep telling these Trump voters, every single thing, and I'm not gonna dial it back. Every single thing all of you accuse Joe Biden and the Democrats of doing, we're getting all of that and more out of your dear leader, right? You can no longer say, I voted for Donald Trump to secure the border. I support him going to war with Venezuela because we don't want the rugs in the country, after he just turned around and pardoned one of the most notorious rug dealers on the face of the earth. That argument's right off the table. Just like the argument, I voted for Donald Trump because I got morals. You got morals? He hung out with Epstein and said he was a terrific guy and is putting Ghislaine Maxwell in a minimum security prison, and it says a bunch of nasty things about his daughter's been impeached twice, he's convicted, adjudicated rapist, so to speak, convicted of all these felonies charges. You've lost that ground. So I don't allow MAGA over here to gaslight me. You know what they call it? They call it emotional blackmail, right? When MAGA tries to make you feel bad about something, all you have to do is remind these demons, actually, you should be feeling bad for what you're doing, W. Zeus. These folks, I'll give you an example of what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. Just how hypocritical MAGA is. Let's go to Donald Trump's remarks about Somalia. I mean, I don't keep up with all the things Donald Trump. People say, Zeus, you got TDS. There's a lot of things that you got to try to keep up with Donald Trump. But I heard something and it slipped past my radar. But then I doubled back and I said, oh, we got another example of MAGA caught in their hypocrisy. So Donald Trump says the Somalians are garbage? And I said, no, he did not. No, he did not. But let's get this on the record, and then you know what I'll do. I'll go to straight judgment.
I'm understanding, and you're going to look at that's. I hear they ripped off Somalians.
Right here, listen.
Ripped off that state for billions of dollars. Billions.
He heard.
Every year. Billions of dollars. And they contribute nothing.
Who's giving him this information? He can barely stay awake. Who did he hear this from? See, Donald Trump doesn't want me to be in a cabinet meeting with him because I'd blow the entire lid off of this operation. How'd you put your clothes on? Who dressed you today? Because you look a hot mess. And we would just start there, and I'm going to go, and please, I already got the answers to all your questions. You're going to blame Joe Biden. Give me something. I need something new out of you, all right? Because you're a total loser at this point.
The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks. And we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Wait. Did he just say, if we keep taking garbage into our country? Did Donald Trump just say that? Did he literally just say we're going to go? Hold on. I know he's not using the strongest word in the dictionary.
Ilhan Omar is garbage in our country. Ilhan Omar we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go. Come.
Yeah, anybody out there agree with Donald Trump? What he just said about Somalians, that they're garbage? Ray, you think that's acceptable, Ray? Ray, you think that's acceptable? See, this is how I caught you in your hypocrisy, MAGA. I caught you in your hypocrisy. And now it's Judgment Day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to warm up the lake of fire. Because I know, and you all remember, when President Joe Biden gave us all these wise words.
The only garbage float.
Hold on.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Let me play that again from President Biden.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
I love that.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Yeah, there you go. So we know what that was. That was Donald Trump trying to take some of the riz that Joe Biden put out about his supporters, and now he's trying to flip it on the Democrats. So number one, Trump, you're not even original. But what's amazing about it is his supporters had the audacity to feel like Joe Biden really hurt their feelings. Oh, and then Donald Trump went into a garbage truck. You remember this? And then his supporters, in their ignorance and blind loyalty to Donald Trump, did what Joe Biden told them to do. Put the trash bags on. And made it clear that they truly are garbage. And I got multiple examples of how I'm going to do it. And I'll show you that they're garbage. Ladies and gentlemen, let me warm up the lake of fire. So, Ray, I hope you're listening. According to Donald Trump, you're garbage. And actually, I agree with him. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending the garbage where it belongs, straight to hell. You're garbage. Yeah, I know.
Silence!
I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing
You're not
well.
going to make it to heaven. You're not going to make it to heaven. And so from here on out, ladies and gentlemen, MAGA is deemed garbage, in my opinion, all right? And they can no longer, if you call them garbage, just play the clips back. Donald Trump, see, Joe Biden said it. We got on Joe Biden about saying it, right? We said, Joe Biden, listen, Vice President Kamala Harris is trying to run a campaign. Please don't put that out there. You're messing her up. But I'm starting to think Biden was on to something. He knew how to address MAGA. You're garbage. And so, anybody want to challenge me on it, go ahead, send me a guest request. I'll bring you right on up. Write W's in the chat for Rick. Just call these folks what they really is. Just call these folks what they really is. For instance, you want to know what garbage does, ladies and gentlemen? This is what garbage does. You see this right here? Oh, yeah. They got the video of it now. What happened? Oh, video obtained shows the moment masked ICE agents in unmarked vehicles arrested Bruna Fiera, the mother of Caroline Levitt's nephew. Make sure you go check it out. This is what garbage does. They show up with masks and they terrorize women. There's so many examples of stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen. There's another story out there. All right, another example. A woman on her way to work in the scrubs. Look at this. What do? They just go ahead. She says, I'm an American. Garbage. This is garbage behavior. And long story short, they find out this woman is actually a citizen, a woman. 10 minutes they detained her just to verify she's a citizen. See, that's what garbage does, ladies and gentlemen. And again, the Bible says you should reap what you sow. W's in the chat for Kabira and W Zeus. Am I lying? You want to know what more garbage looks like? Whose hairline? Whose head is that? Does anybody know whose head is that? Does anyone know whose head that is right there? Garbage. That's Mr. Garbage's head. Sitting behind the Oval Office, sleep. Pointing at everybody. But with a head like that bird's nest, this is a national security matter at this point, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been asking, who is running the country? Because clearly this man ain't running the country right now. This man is just trying to keep it together. Who's running the United States? Does anybody know? I would love to, because what we see right now, we got the Secretary of War Crimes. He ain't doing his job. We see what's going on at the FBI. He ain't doing his job. Now all of a sudden they say, well, we found the person who planted the boom booms around the Capitol on January 6th. You all of a sudden found them? Give me a break. What's their name? Does anybody know the suspect's name? I don't even know. A Virginia man. Where have we heard that before? This is the ultimate gaslighting administration. Nothing they are doing is helping Americans. Not a single thing. And yet and still, we still have these deranged Trump voters out here crying about the Democrats while they're getting robbed blind. And I say, a lot of you Trump voters, y'all won't be around come midterms because between your food stamps getting cut off, right? Your FEMA being cut off, your birth control being cut off. I just heard some bad news about that. The inflation in the economy, there's just no way you can make it. And that's a W Zeus. That's a huge W Zeus. But I'll tell you an honest story, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you an example of what I mean. And this is why I don't let up on MAGA, and they could get mad at me, and they get triggered in the comment section. I don't care. I'll give you another example of what I mean when I say garbage. And y'all could go fact check me. Go look this up, all right? Does anyone know who this is right here? This is a MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what this demon did. Yeah, it's a white guy. Look at what he did. Look at what this man did. Look at what this man. Hey, Ray, in my comment section, read what this demon did. What this creature did. See, they don't want. See, I like making MAGA read, right? Because they claim they're intelligent. Read that letter your dear leader wrote to Epstein, and they start reading it and they get convicted right there. Oh, don't make me read it anymore. I can't take it. I don't want to talk about that. No. We got to deal with it. You need to deal with it too. We don't do what you do when it gets too ugly. Go, oh, never mind. I'm going to go ahead and get him some compassion. This ain't been proven. No, I read and I go, oh, this is sick stuff. Why, yeah, we want to send the National Guard to go to Chicago. We want to send the National Guard out to one of these Democrat cities. All the crime is up. Well, my good friend Jesse got up here and pointed it out. About 80% of the violent crime and just disgusting, vile behavior in this country is happening due to white men. But you want to continue to target Ilhan Omar, folks from Somalia, the border, your dear leaders pardoning convicted drug dealers, MAGA, and you think we don't see you? A Shelby man, his name is this. Look at his name. I don't know if I can get it up here. Johnny Knuckles. And he posted this. It's in my DNA. And you know what he did. I just showed you, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Hey, Ray, after I read this, why don't you come up here and talk to me about it? Shelby man charged with doing something just unimaginable to a 2-year-old. This is a Shelbyville man that's been arrested on felony. I won't even read it. It's TikTok. 2-year-old girl causing injuries that sent her to the hospital. And I'll stop right there. Please go look this up, ladies and gentlemen. Has Donald Trump said anything about this? Have you heard anybody on the right bring this up? Has anyone heard anybody? No. Because they don't want to really stop anything. They love to pretend they protect kids. They don't want to protect it. But this is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, when I say garbage. And they could get mad at me. And they say, Zeus, why do you... Zeus, I just hate the fact that you use the lake of fire. When you do what you do, it just makes it very hard and difficult for me to get on your panel and talk to you. So that's why I just stay in the comment section. And I say, well, I didn't have to use the lake of fire once upon a time. I used to be a lot nicer. I used to say, all right, well, they'd come on into the box. And people say, Zeus, you're a little too nice. And I would try to be reasonable with MAG. And I say, like, listen, if we're going to just debate, that's great. I'm more than willing to learn. But I just got to test it. If you're going to lie to me about something so obvious, then why debate? You'll lie to me. You'll lie your way all the way through the thing. So why debate it? If I can't get you to acknowledge that Donald Trump is a convicted criminal, what's there to debate? If I can't get you to acknowledge that there's a real issue in America when it comes to white men committing unimaginable, disgusting, vile crimes, if I can't get you to admit any of that, I don't give a darn about nothing else you saying. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again, because what we have right here is true garbage. And none of the Trump voters that come into my comment section, they don't have the ball. I gotta be clean. They don't have the heart. I almost caught myself. To call this stuff out that's going on in their own party because their heads are so far up Donald Trump's dirty, disgusting diaper. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending this garbage where it belongs, straight to hell.
I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
You're not.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah, see, MAGA doesn't like me because I do it all the time. I say, look, no strings attached. I, unlike you, am not a hand puppet. W Zeus. Right? Hold on. I gotta get something else. This just came across my mind, and I realized I need to talk about it. And we'll get into it. I just wanted to bring this up, ladies and gentlemen. I got to do this. This means so much to me. When I heard the news, I said, you know what? There is a God. There is a God. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this queued up, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. There we go. I think we got some juice, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. How many of you know who this is right here? I haven't done this in a while. How many of you know who this is right here? Does anyone know who that is right there? Does anybody know who that is right there, ladies and gentlemen? Go ahead, put his name in the comment section. I want to make sure you know who this is. Hey! W's in the chat for Jack Smith, all right? Thank you. And what am I going to do? I haven't done it in a while, but it's time to do it. All right, it really is. All right, here it goes. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, hold on. Let me see if I get it right here. Oh, yeah. Hey! Hey! Let's go!
Jack Smith. I've named him Deranged Jack Smith. I wonder what his name used to be. Jack Smith. It sounds so innocent, doesn't it? Jack Smith. What's his name? Jack Smith. He's a very nice man. He's a behind-the-scenes guy, but his record is absolutely atrocious. He does political hit jobs.
Because Donald J. Trump yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, he did something incredible. Honestly, he put his foot in his mouth at a press conference, and I said, well, you know what? If you like it, I love it. A reporter asked him about Jack Smith possibly having to testify, and listen to what their dear leader said.
I'm surprised there's 9%. You want to? I don't know who's doing the 9%.
Hold on.
It's down 91, and we're going to start very. And I think you're going to see it very soon on land also. Yeah, please.
So to be clear, you support the decision to kill survivors after the...
No, I support the decision to knock out the boats. And whoever's piloting those boats, most of them are gone. But whoever are piloting those boats, they're guilty of trying to kill people in our country.
Well, that's him admitting to war crimes. That's not relevant right now because I want to hear what the admiral that's testifying has to say. But let's get back to Jack Smith.
Yeah, please.
The House Judiciary Committee has subpoenaed Jack Smith to ask about his investigation of you. I wondered, for a deposition, I wondered if you'd prefer to see that as a hearing so that the American public can see the questions and the responses more easily.
I'd rather see it probably at a hearing. Look, Jack Smith is a thug. He's a failed prosecutor. He's a bad man. He's an evil man. He hurt a lot of people. Forget about me. You know, I do this stuff, but I got indicted many times by a guy that they were dismissed. He's a bad guy. He's a sick man. There's something wrong with him, actually. I think Jack Smith is a sick man. There's something really wrong with him. I'd rather see him testify publicly because there's no way he can answer the questions. But Biden knew this was going on.
Oh, so he said he would rather see him testify publicly. And so that gets me to where we're at, ladies and gentlemen, with this whole matter now.
The work of his prosecutor.
Okay, here we go.
Jack Smith is criticizing the Trump Justice Department. Smith says the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey and dismissal of charges against New York Mayor Eric Adams, quote, reeks of lack of process.
Ooh. So Jack Smith is already hitting back.
Nothing like what we see now has ever gone on. Process shouldn't be a political issue, right? Like if there's rules in the department about how to bring a case, follow those rules. You can't say, I want this outcome, let me throw the rules out.
That's Jack Smith, ladies
Smith is also defending his investigations into President Trump, calling it ludicrous to think politics would have played any part. Justice reporter Luke Barr is here for more on that.
There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for our good friend Jack Smith. But what we're going to do is we're going to warm up the lake of fire once again. And this is going to be for Donald J. Trump, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Donald Trump. Yeah, I do look forward to Jack Smith reading everything he has out to the American people, whatever he can. I believe that is what we need to move forward as a country. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, Donald Trump's talking tough right now. He doesn't want Jack Smith to reveal what he really knows about those crimes that he committed, because we all know one thing: Donald Trump is a convicted criminal. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trump voters, they don't want to acknowledge it. Join me in sending this man who has a bird's nest on his head, right? Because you don't know who's doing that. I don't even know how he does it. And just sleeps on national television complaining about Joe Biden all day while he's the criminal. Join me in sending him straight to hell.
I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
W. Zeus. Now, there's just a couple of things that we need to get cleared up. One is Donald Trump still, he doesn't understand that these economic numbers that he is looking at, they mean absolutely nothing. Anyone tells you the economy is doing good right now, just understand these folks are delusional. These folks don't know what the heck they're talking about. These people are literally just repeating everything Donald J. Trump says. And so, for instance, we all saw the numbers that came out from ADP yesterday. 32,000 jobs gone. All right, and you go, wow. Which is it's bad news, because a lot of Trump voters, they are small business owners. And what that means is a lot of Trump voters are losing their ability to put bread on the table, right? And so Donald Trump knows this. And what does he do? Because he's still mad at Zohran Mamdani for just totally doing a wipeout in New York. He keeps saying that affordability is a Democrat hoax.
Just about everything is down. You know, this whole thing is, they use the word affordability. It's a Democrat hoax. They're the ones that drove the prices up. And all they do is say, affordability. And you're supposed to say, oh, that means they had low prices. No, we inherited the worst inflation in the history of our country. They say 48 years, but let's say that's history. I don't believe that. Biden had, because of his stupid ways and between his energy policies and his spending policies, we had the worst inflation in the history of our country.
Listen up, please.
And now our prices are coming down. And they're coming down for cars, and they're coming down. I mean, did you hear yesterday when Chris Wright from Energy, the head of energy in our country, said there are now parts of our country, it's all happening, $1.99 for gasoline, a gallon. And we have it at $2.50, $2.60. It was at $5.
$5.
And that's bigger than any tax cut we could give.
Right.
And, you know, for the average family, that's considered bigger than any tax cut.
So he just said, having cheaper gas, and if you've been paying attention, the gas is right around the same price it was when Joe Biden gave the country over to Donald Trump. He's bragging about Biden's success like it's his. He asked him, what have you done personally, Trump, to bring the price of gas down? And let's not mistake this, all right? No, Ray, and all the Trump voters that are listening, I don't want to block you. I don't want to mute you unless you say something very vile. Then the mods do that. But no, I want to make sure you have no excuse for why you're going to hell. So it's very, very important to me, honestly, that you listen to everything that I say, so that when you decide one day to meet your maker and he goes, well, why should I let you into heaven? And you're going to try to act like, oh, I didn't know anything. He's going to play this live back and say, no, that's not true. Zeus told you. W. Zeus. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. So everyone knows that our utility bills, they've increased. Some say 11%, some say 13% since Trump got in office, right? We know this. We all know the economy is tanking. As far as I am concerned, we are already in a recession, depression, and it's not over yet, because wait until the big, beautiful, big ugly bill kicks in. A lot of Trump voters will be losing, guess what? Their health insurance. Oh! Next year, a lot of Trump voters are going to lose their health insurance, and I'm just checking it off my list, and I'm going, how long will it take for them, God, how long will it take for these so-called Christians to wake up and realize that they've done something just totally harmful to themselves, because they've psyched themselves up into believing that they are also part of the billionaire class. And how did they get there? It was because of the hate in their heart. See, the hate, and this is why I got to do the lake of fire. I know a lot of you Trump voters really aren't that intelligent. I understand that, because I understand it takes a lot of hard work to really buckle down and learn a discipline. You just can't read an article and be educated. No, you really got to actually consult with the experts in the industry, in the field, and actually be able to have an in-depth, intimate understanding of whatever you're talking about, which makes a lot of this stuff so hard to cover, right? Because, you know, that's a lot of time. So instead of just doing the work it takes to be good at what you do, you go off of these things that you all have in common. What do you mean we go off of what we have in common? Well, I hate immigrants too. Yeah, you know how they act. Yeah, they taking all our jobs. I used to be able to get this much money, but now I'm not getting that much money. I remember when Trump was in the White House the first time, there was money coming in. We got those checks. You know, they come up with all these things. Oh, I hate the Democrats, right? And so it's your hatred that keeps you in this perpetual state of victimhood. And Donald Trump knows this. While he's sitting here destroying the country, destroying the East Wing, blaming Joe Biden, he's behind the scenes just taking away your health insurance, taking away your SNAP benefits, taking away the FEMA, getting rid of research funding, getting rid of your education. I mean, by the time, and your Medicaid too, I threw that in there. By the time you open up your eyes, you're going to go, oh, I've made a terrible mistake. And that's why I play some of the videos, right? To help people understand. That's why you made a mistake, right? So what I'm going to do is this, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'll open up the box. All right, let's warm up the lake of fire. Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? I don't got nothing else to say to you, but do me a huge, huge favor and go straight to hell.
I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
The garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
W Zeus. All right. Thank you. W's in the chat for Rick. You know, I don't want to have. Listen, I honestly, thank you, Deb. W Deb. I try not to be so mean, right? Because I really do think, you know, if there's an opportunity to try to reach somebody out there and to help them understand why we're in a situation we're in, then you know what? I might take that chance, even if it goes against my better judgment. You know, I'm the type of person that I would rather take the L if it means it's better for everybody, right? That's just the type of person that I am. Now, I used to be a type of person where I didn't take any L's, but then I've learned over the years there's no such thing. No. I mean, there's no one running around on earth that never has taken an L. So you got to know how to take the W's and the L's, and that's what makes you a better person. And so what I'll say is this. I'm done with my monologue. Is there anybody else out there that supports Donald Trump that is brave enough to get in the box and confess their sins to all of us, all right? Because we want to hear why you're still doing it, all right? Because there's really nothing else. There's no logical reason that I've heard thus far. And a lot of you, we've been listening to this show for a while. Has anyone heard a logical explanation yet as to why someone is supporting Donald Trump? Has anyone in the audience heard a sound argument as to why a person should support Donald Trump? No. Tiny Tank Top Tim. No, because I asked you a question the other day, and I still haven't gotten over it. And you know, I get over a lot of things. W's to the chat, right? I asked Tiny Tank Top Tim this question, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unforgivable. It's so unforgivable to me because it's a huge insult to all the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, right, and the victims. I said, why was Donald Trump dancing in the video with Jeffrey Epstein? And I knew I wasn't talking to the real Tiny Tank Top Tim. I never can. It's always the demon in him. The demon said the video isn't real. I said, could you imagine? This is the kind of person, imagine living with somebody like that. Ultimate gaslighter, right? There's serious problems going on in the relationship. And they will choose to lie to your face about something very obvious. They'll choose that over just taking accountability. There's nothing else to talk about, champ. You need to get professional help, all right? And that's a W Zeus. Look at Ray in the comment section. Hey, Ray, you can go. Ray, if you want to come up here and give us the answers to all your questions, I'm totally happy with that. But is the video real, Ray? Ray is a Trump voter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's ask Ray, a conservative woman. Ray, is the video of Donald Trump dancing with Jeffrey Epstein real? You don't got to come up here. I understand it's hot up here in the box. Look at that. They don't want to talk to me. Could you let him talk? Who, Jeff? Jeff. MAGA, not conservatives? Oh, okay. Ray, you got confusion. You see how they got amnesia? They got amnesia, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Ray, how about this? Ray? How about this? Is this a real video, Ray? Let's just go ahead and watch. Look at this. Look at this video. Ray, is that a real? Oh, that's yes? Okay. So, all right, Ray, I'll give you that. Thank you for your honesty. Because there's folks out here, some of the conservative men that you might know or frequent, they got an excuse for this. They say this is not real, this is fake. And so once I hear people say stuff like that, I just don't even entertain it because it's a huge disservice to the survivors, all right? I mean, I looked at, Ray, have you seen the photos that were released by the Democrats yesterday? Ray, did you see the photos that were released yesterday by the Democrats? Because haven't you noticed that all the information you're getting about Epstein is coming from the Democrats, Ray? Have you noticed that? What do you think about that? Why you hate the Democrats so much, it seems like the Democrats are the ones actually helping you get some closure on the Epstein files. Because Donald Trump and Pam Bondi promised to release them. Remember the whole publicity stunt with the influencers on the right? The binders? And they never gave you anything. You see what I'm saying, Ray? But Donald Trump has programmed your minds to think we are your enemy. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I saw some of this stuff. Let me see do I have it. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Let me see, ladies and gentlemen. Do I have it? I don't even have it on this device. All right. I thought I was going to be able to show y'all something. All right, because I saw some of the photos. Let me see, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't it. Let me see if I can give you some of the photos, Ray, that I saw on the. You know what? I'll do it on another day. We don't got all day. I don't got all day. But Ray, go look at what the Democrats released in terms of the photos of the Epstein compound. I wouldn't even call it a house. It's a compound. One thing was very clear about the place he lived at. There was no way to escape. There was no way to escape that place. 2.5 miles to swim. There's a situation where a little girl tried to leave, and then, you know, he tackled her, brought her back to the house, took her passport. Why won't Donald Trump release any of this stuff? What does he have to hide? Yeah, and get this. If Hakeem Jeffries did something, do with him as you wish. I could care less. Stacey Glasgow, do with them as you wish. I don't have any allegiance to an individual. Remember you said I was paid by the DNC? Well, I wouldn't say that if I was paid by the DNC. You get it, Ray? But y'all can't say that about your daddy, your dear leader. And that's the biggest issue in America. And that's why I say it's a serious national security issue. WVIP! Let me go to the box.
Zeus.
Good morning.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. I just wish folks like yourself would be a little more honest, or actually a lot more honest about what's really going on in America right now, and stop this game you guys got going, trying to blame the Democrats and Joe Biden, right? So we could actually get some meaningful solutions to some of the things that are going on in America. You know,
I feel your pain. However, you know, we agree to disagree on certain things. I don't think there's anything that MAGA is lying about or being untruthful about or disingenuous about.
I'll give you an example if you don't mind.
Sure.
When Charlie Kirk was taken out, I caught a lot of hell on this show. They accused me of contributing to that. Right? Are you following me? Remember that?
Yes,
they accused the Democrats. Elon, JD, all of them put out a hit job on the Democrats. Now I'm finding out Candace Owens is about to set up a one-on-one with Turning Point. You heard about this?
Yep. Know all about it.
So explain to me how it went from it being the Democrats to this situation with Candace Owen. Then, why did I have to endure all of that? If you don't mind.
I think that one of the things that everybody noticed, and it was sort of early on, as soon as it happened, especially on social media, when that happened to CK, it was like an immediate outpouring. It was like the Democrats and the like just went crazy online, like as if it was, Donald, right? And that turned a lot of people off, and it was done in bad taste in so many ways that everybody started getting blamed because they were saying bad, horrible things. Like, even if you didn't say anything bad, a lot of the people that you brought up said terrible things. Terrible things.
Like, for instance, Democrats are communists. Like,
Yeah.
Just
He deserved it.
Democrats are Marxist, fascist thugs. Sometimes we need one good day where we just put them in the back of a police car and beat them up. That kind of is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, exactly
but
that.
I was just mocking what Donald Trump says.
No, I know. What I'm saying to you is like they call Trump the H man, the mustache man. That's worse than using the N word, bro.
Okay, now that's really pushing it right now. I'll be the judge of that. All right, you stay out of that lane right now. Okay, you stay out of that lane. Don't even try to gaslight me on that. I want to make sure you understand why the energy is the way it is. This goes back to the incident that happened in Butler. Democrats were blamed for that. And so,
the reaction online was so severe.
So you don't understand that you're all being manipulated by Russia and the bots, even though Elon just unmasked this operation, right? So you don't understand it, but I've always understood it, Cosmo. Y'all are being manipulated. Y'all are being manipulated to believe that the Democrats are responsible for a lot of things, when the reality is there's been multiple instances in which every time something happens, Democrats get blamed, MAGA reacts, and then we find out later on it had nothing to do with the Democrats. And it goes, well, when are you going to wake up and realize that this is all a game that Donald Trump is playing on you? Why are we continuing to be subjected to this? Because he's done it multiple times.
Yeah, MAGA doesn't believe anything the Democrats say anymore. They lost their place at the table. So even if they provided DNA evidence, it's not going to be taken seriously. They blew all of their chances. They're not invited to the table anymore. They lost all of their credibility, the hoaxes, the nonsense, the timing of all the files. Yeah.
But the whole thing that I just explained to you, wouldn't it be better to say that Donald Trump has lost all of his credibility? Because he's the one
he's gaining credibility. He had on
that's
NBC.
The part that blows my mind. I don't see how
he's gaining credibility. He's gaining credibility. He's got donors pouring in money. He's got things being paid for that are not paid for by the taxpayers. He's got the Trump child investment account set up. He's setting that up,
which is just a scam. I mean, I looked into it.
How is that a scam?
Because listen, how much money will a person actually make by the time they turn 18, realistically, right? And if you touch it before before you turn 18, you're going to get basically hit with a penalty, and it basically amounts to pennies. It's a scam, bro.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
Of course, if you're on the other side of the money-making side, making people have their money in a bank for that long, of course you think it's great. But the average American that needs money, that's a bad idea. That's just how I feel about it. But I want to get back to you saying that you believe Donald Trump's credibility has totally gone up. So despite the fact that Candace Owen is now basically going directly at turning point, that means there's no Democrats involved in this, right?
Yep.
That means what we were told initially isn't true, right?
You could think that way, sure.
No, I mean, personally, do you believe that the Democrats are responsible for CK being unalive?
No, I don't.
Thank you, Cosmo.
I don't have an opinion.
I gotta give it to you. See, this is honest. This is an honest conversation, so you can understand what it feels like to be falsely accused.
What I think people are conflating, and this is what it is. And yes, I understand what it's like to be falsely accused, and that's terrible.
So why should Democrats continue to be falsely accused by your dear leader, and then you're saying that makes his credibility go up with you? I mean,
well, you're conflating different, situations. It's like Candace Owens, right, and Turning Point is different than, what Trump would say about, let's say, a Russian hoax, right? Those are two, that's like apples to oranges type of thing. Trump does have credible situations that involve Democrats that lied about stuff on him. He does.
Like what?
Dossier.
The Steele dossier?
Yeah, I think that's a serious problem. Or even just reading some of the emails between the agents, the pillow talking between the agents.
Okay, I'll give you, that's one incident. I'll throw an incident out you. Have you heard about Donald Trump's lying over 30,000 times in his first administration? Have you heard about that? Let's just say the Democrats. Okay, what do you think about Donald Trump lying over 30,000 times? Wouldn't you say that if a Democrat lies, right, the Steele dossier, that should mean if a Republican or MAGA lies, you still keep the same judgment? And I think the Steele dossier, as far as I'm concerned now, with the Epstein files coming out, and this is just my opinion, who's Bubba? That's all I'm saying. According to... Maybe we just haven't gotten to the bottom of everything in there, but hey, who's Bubba?
Listen, if we've debunked who Bubba is, it's not Clinton.
Oh, no.
We know that.
No. Okay, please.
His own brother.
Let's just table
his own brother said it wasn't.
Listen, I know what people playing politics do. Let's just table that right now, all right? Because I've seen photos and and I've read things, and I said, yeah, maybe there's something.
You saw AI photos? You saw AI photos. I know what photos you saw. I saw them too. Those are AI photos.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and say 50-50 then on the Steele dossier. It's not equivalent to somebody that has a pattern. Well, because I'm going to just agree to disagree with you on that right now. I mean, I'm willing to ignore it.
Do you know who, do you know who the agents are? And it's got to be careful what we say. But the agents, the pillow talk and the texting between the two agents, the two lovers, the agents that were lovers.
I heard about that, but that doesn't change. That doesn't change the integrity of what.
That's not a white lie, though, right? That's not a white lie.
No. I remember that vaguely, but that doesn't change the facts of the case. I mean, people could be in love and still be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's just.
No, but they're saying things like, "We're never going to let him become president."
That's fine. That's fine.
You can't be a federal agent and say shit like that.
Keep it clean now. Hold on. I just got that. Well, here's the thing, Cosmo. I'll say this. With the corruption that's currently going on in the Trump administration right now, as much as I want to, say, okay, that is an issue, it pales in comparison to what we're seeing happening right now. Like, for instance, I just heard Don Jr.'s got a new grift or something, $600 million. You heard about this? I've heard Donald Trump, he's helping himself to the United States Treasury for the tune of $230 million because he didn't like the fact Jack Smith investigated him. These crypto schemes, these pardoning of corrupt officials, how do you on one side say, I have a problem with corruption in Minnesota with the Somalians, but then you're turning around and everybody that's been convicted of fraud, even Democrats, you're pardoning them, right? I have a problem with rugs coming into the country. So what did he do? He goes and finds the biggest rug dealer he could and pardons them. So Forgive me if I'm out of, of the ability to actually act concerned about this. All right, I'm just going to put that in the basket of things that maybe one day I'll care about, but unfortunately they're not that. They're really not that serious because of what Donald Trump is doing to the country. And did I mention what he's doing to the East Wing? The list just goes on and on, Cosmo. And you know what?
Let's talk about Honduras, right? The Honduras president, like the pardon and stuff like that.
There's really nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about other than you got to acknowledge Donald Trump is a liar and a hypocrite.
Well, if you go to like Reuters, right? Do you think Reuters is credible?
They're human. They could be flawed, just like everybody else.
It could be mistakes, right? AP, Reuters, right? Those are mainstream media outlets, right? So if you read some of their articles, the recent articles, like as far back as 2 days ago, you'll see that their article talked about Trump's position on why he did that.
Why he did what?
Why he granted the pardon. And his story is...
please don't mention Joe Biden. Please don't.
No, but his story is that the guy was improperly prosecuted. And before Trump would even see that, it would have to go through an attorney, a pardon attorney, right?
But Trump
And
said
that's
he
how
doesn't
pardon.
even know. Trump said he doesn't even know who he is. So
That was an earlier. That was before the pardon. That was before the pardon.
Hey, Cosmo, listen. Y'all got so many excuses. This stuff doesn't make sense. You don't know the guy, but you know all about what Biden did that was wrong to him. So you turned around and issued him a pardon. And this is after complaining that Biden doesn't even sign the pardons, right? Cosmo.
No, but Trump made that comment.
Cosmo,
what I'm saying to you is, what I'm saying to you.
Listen,
Trump made that comment
Cosmo,
before
Cosmo,
the pardon
Cosmo,
petition was filed.
Unfortunately, Cosmo, you failed. And Big Zeus has to run. All right, and so it's Judge.
Okay,
Cosmo.
bro. I got you, bro.
Wait, Rick is asking me to. Good reminder. Hey, remember you came up here last time? Yeah, that was a good point. You said you were going to send me the ICE case. Remember you said you were, in prison for 6 months or something like that? Did you ever send that to me?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a follow. All right, because you never sent it to me.
Yeah, I could send it to you.
Okay,
I could send it to
you.
you.
A follow. Okay, and then next time I see you, we'll go through that together on the show. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You got it, bro.
All right. Well, fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. That's Cosmo. Unfortunately, Cosmo, you failed. All right. All right. You did good, but for the most part, you were caught lying and being a hypocrite. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Cosmo. He's doing better. I won't give him too much. All right, that's enough. All right. Sorry. All right, that's enough. All right, listen, that's too much. All right. All right. Just put him there a little bit. He could be rehabilitated. W Zeus. He could be a little rehabilitated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. All right, we'll do one more, then I gotta honestly get up out of here. Good morning, Shay. Welcome to the show. Are you there, Shay? Welcome to the show. Hi, Shay. Shay, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Doing good. Sorry, I was in the middle of
I'm so sorry.
cleaning my car. Oh no, you're good. I know I'm in the queue, so trying to pay attention at the same time.
Fair enough.
Oh man, I tell you, I don't understand. I'm just kind of wondering when the dam's gonna break.
Yeah.
I mean, he has pardoned over 1,500 people. Biden pardoned 80.
Wow.
Did you get it? 1,500 plus people.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are smug dealers.
And child predators.
Yeah. And
garbage. They're literally garbage.
They're fraudsters. They're corrupt. They've stole money from people. There's so many. There's the 2 new ones that have been out today.
There's 2 more today?
Yeah, there was Gentile, I think is his name.
I'm done. Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. Where is it?
Wow. He's just putting criminals back on the street.
Oh, 100%. And all it is these are guys that are pleading loyalty to him, basically.
Wow.
And, this whole thing, well, they were derailed. Well, this Gentile guy was convicted by Trump's DOJ. Right?
Yes.
So it's really not about it's the Biden DOJ and all this stuff, It's not about that. And a lot of these people were convicted under Trump's DOJ. They may be sentenced under Biden, but it's the weirdest stuff.
It's not lies, Angus. He says you're lying. Angus,
no, I'm not.
They say you're lying. It's not a lie. Good morning, Jesse. Yeah.
No, over 10 individuals were convicted of drug federal related offenses in 2025. Right?
But he's going to war with the country over rugs. Right?
Right. That includes 3 kingpin rug dealers, Ross Albright, Larry Hoover, and Orlando Fernandez.
Larry Hoover, wow.
Yeah. And that doesn't even mean the guy the ex-president of Honduras as well. MAGA, make this make sense. 1,500 plus pardons. He did 144 his first term.
Wow.
And over 1,500 plus this term. And like I said, Obama did 212, Bush did 189, Biden did 80.
And how much did you say Trump did again?
Over 1,500 plus. Plus 144 his first term. Good morning, Kim. So, but the auto pen, they keep talking about Biden and the auto pen, and he's done all this stuff, and he didn't even know who he was pardoning, and he did 80 pardons. You've done 1,500 plus. Do you mean to and then when you question him about it?
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, I said plus. Yes, 1,500 were January 6ers, DJ. It's even worse.
Oh, DJ is in here?
Yeah. Yeah.
What bothers me, Shay, is they have no explanation at all when you jam them up and say, why is this okay? They never do. They never do.
They don't. They're but he closed the border. I voted for the border.
He didn't close it when you bring a person in that
right.
And he pardoned that person. When he pardoned that person, he might as well have let 2-3 million undocumented people in the country when he did that.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Because, they make up a number. One person brings this much money and it unalives 25,000 people in the country. So we had to blow up the boat. I'm like, where did you get that number from? Number one, they make it up. So if they can do that kind of math, Shay, that's what I say. Every rug dealer he pardoned, it's equal to letting 10 million people into the country illegally.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to keep everybody out, kick everybody out, right? Then why are you pardoning all the criminals that live within the United States? I don't understand it. I mean, Henry Cuellar, that was yesterday's guy. He took over $600,000 in bribes, from foreign entities. And he got pardoned.
It's unacceptable.
What the heck? But the Somalians? When we're worried about the Muslims and we're worried about the Somalians and the Afghanis.
You know what they do? They'll say this, Shay. This is Trump playing 5D chess. He's doing this because he's getting you now to defend rug dealers.
Right.
That's how they're flipping this.
Crazy to me. Y'all fell for the okie doke. I'm going to say it so many times. You fell for the okie doke all the time.
Yeah.
What? 1,000 to 2,000 pardons from Biden? That is not true. He did 80 pardons. You're talking about clemencies. We're talking about pardons. Full on pardons.
Shay. Hey, DJ, don't embarrass yourself like that in my comments. Please don't.
You guys need to understand the difference between clemencies and pardons. Okay, I don't even know how many clemencies. Maybe Trump thinks, I just pardon everybody. Doesn't know he can do clemencies.
Does he even know he does?
No, he doesn't know anything. He's sleeping all the time. This is a man. This is Drowsy Dawn, right? Like he's freaking sleeping in the middle of cabinet meetings and in the Oval Office. You might as well put him on the couch. Just put the old man on the couch already and call it a day. Like, what is going on? But Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Crooked Hillary.
Like,
look at this man. This is Crooked Trump, right?
Yep.
And Drowsy Dawn. Like, we've got to understand everything he does. He throws it out there, and it's a projection about himself.
Yep.
It's like, look in the mirror. And he's like, I want you to look over there. Don't look at me. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm actually the old one. I'm actually the sleepy one. I'm actually the crooked one. Right. But I'm going to label everybody else this stuff.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it. Like, I understand you're conservative. I'm not debating that with you. I understand that. But the fact that you just thought that was a great idea to put him back in office, I'll never understand. I will never understand that, especially after January 6th.
Yep. It's called elder abuse, Shay, what they're doing.
It is elder abuse. It is elder abuse. Where's Melania?
She doesn't want to be near this.
Melania's propping her man up. She's not getting him help. You remember all this stuff against Jill Biden?
Yeah.
Is Melania actually running the Oval Office, everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, no, let me see. Who was it? Maybe it's Mike Pence, or maybe it's George W. Bush. Maybe he's actually really running the Oval.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's possible, right? Because they always said Obama was running Biden, so let's just start a rumor that George W. Bush is running it.
Shay, yeah.
You see how that sounds, everybody? Like, you get how stupid that sounds? Like, What is going on with you guys?
Yeah. They know what you're saying is so true, Shay.
Yeah.
And ultimately, like I said, they're going to end up living up. They're going to have to pay the ultimate price for voting for somebody that's actually worse than Joe Biden in all categories.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. So some good news, my friend.
What's that?
So the Supreme Court judge orders full hand recount in the New York and the Rockland County after the 2024 ballot shows 0 votes for Harris.
Oh,
Yes. So they're going to be recount. So we're starting where there is, I'm sorry, you guys always talked about 2020. We're actually going to find evidence, not this stupid 2,000 mules crap, right? This is going to be great. Another really good one. I love this.
Now you're going to make me do it. Now this is
So,
go ahead.
so Trump loses again. NPR just beat him in court. So you remember how he tried to defund NPR and PBS, right?
Yeah.
And so the now a federal settlement has slapped nonsense right back in his face, and it's kind of, but basically I hate when articles are written like that. It's biasly written. But anyway, basically the Corporation for Public Broadcasting has restored the $36 million contract that Trump pressured them to unwind.
Thank you.
Very happy about that. NPR and PBS. Yes. So awesome.
I'm taking your word, Shay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I always fact check. Like I said, I can start reading an article and I'm like, but basically what it is what they're saying. So so some good news, guys. So some stuff is turning around.
Yeah.
Also, articles of impeachment against Pete Hegseth are being filed today. Now it's a Democrat doing it, but hopefully they can get bipartisan support. There is definitely a want of investigation bipartisanly.
Are they doing it like a discharge petition, so to speak?
I don't know, to be honest. We'll have to see.
Either way, it goes.
But we'll see, because you remember the Black Admiral, that guy, what's his name? Halsey?
Yeah, I heard about
There's stuff coming out basically saying he was pressured to quit, basically, or to resign because he was against these boat attacks. And so there's going to be all kinds of stuff.
So he refused unlawful orders, is what you're suggesting.
That is correct.
All right, and by the way, it's a huge. Shay's over here hitting it out of the park.
Yeah.
Because you know what Hank said? He was trying to get a brother locked up the rest of his life, and he said, "I'm not that type of brother, so to speak." And now you see what's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Again, do not follow unlawful orders under no circumstances. It's the worst mistake you'll ever make in your life. It's better to hit the unemployment line than to be convicted of war crimes. And that's a rhyme. And that's a rhyme I just made up for you behind. Seriously.
Well, and all service members will tell you their first thing they're taught at boot camp, they're pulled in and explained what an unlawful order is.
Thank you.
And what their rights are.
So
if you talk to any veteran, they'll tell you, listen, they teach us that day one.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, right? And so that there was not. Oh God, I know.
Dozing off.
Oh Lord. I mean, I'm wondering if any of his cabinet members would just like, hey, wake up, like get him up. You're like, what are you doing? You're just standing around talking to him as he's sleeping. It's so stupid.
Eyes closed in the middle of very important.
Somebody nudge him, tap him on the head, like dude, or the back or shoulder or something. Like, wake up, dude.
Exactly.
It's a bad look, and they're not even helping him. It's like they all know.
Yeah.
And they're just standing around, still talking while he's snoring. Like, what is going on?
They say he passes gas while he's snoring. All right. W mama. No. And they say it smells like skunk and burnt ketchup and musk all in one. That's what they say it smells like. And so if you ever want to know what it's like to be around him. And he keeps the room hot and stuffy too. All right, and so that's because he needs to be able to fall asleep. So if the room is hot and stuffy, it's skunk oil. I don't know where you get it from. Burnt ketchup and musk. You know the stuff, the Axe body spray, stuff like that. Go ahead. Don't mix it at home alone though.
It's like Old Spice.
Yeah,
an Old Spice Old Spice and burnt ketchup.
Hey, you saw that guy pass out. Remember at his press conference?
Oh yeah, he probably got a good whiff of it.
Don't stand too close. It'll hit you. It'll have you.
Got to get this man on not the F drug, but on Ozempic. He needs help.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, listen, Shay,
Right,
we gotta
man.
wrap it up.
Thank
all
you
right.
so much, my
Ladies and
friend.
gentlemen, that's my
Thanks,
beautiful.
everyone in y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Oh my God, the kids, y'all. It's too
You're
much.
famous. You're a rock star in the show.
Oh, I love you all. Seriously, thank you. Bye, everyone. Love you.
All right, love you too. All right.
I'll let
ladies
you
and
drop me,
gentlemen.
my friend.
Oh, okay. I do that. I'll do
Better
that.
for
All right.
your algorithm, yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You don't gotta say that more than once. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, listen. It's going to be an abbreviated show. Big Zeus has to get up out of here, but don't worry. Tomorrow I'll be back, and it'll be the real deal. The whole show tomorrow. You all have been amazing and outstanding. Thank you for tuning in this morning. I hope you get back out there and keep kicking butt. Never let MAGA emotionally guilt trip you into anything, all right? That's the word of the day. Don't let them emotionally guilt trip you into anything, because when you look at it, everything they complained about, they're now getting. It's called reaping what you sow. Thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, because without you, the show wouldn't be what it is. Engaging, entertaining, and very, very educational. All right? But on that note, seriously, I got to give one last round of booze of shame. This goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. And they're not just my haters. They are also your haters, all right? And you know exactly what they do. Lady Ball. They cry on TikTok about Democrats all day long, while Donald Trump continues to pickpocket and destroy there's so much hate in their hearts that they're blind to the reality they live in, which is self-inflicted in so many ways, all right? But guess what? Leave them there. Let them keep suffering the way that they are, because eventually they're going to wake up and realize that the issue isn't really us. It's them. Join me in sending them straight to hell one last time. Thank you. Thank you. No. DJ. Hey, DJ.
Silence. You MAGA Dave.
I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
Cut it out, DJ. Cut it out. All right. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your morning.
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get injected with some power. Pull some strings. Level up like a king. Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Wisner energy and presidential, watch the ops. Drip too saucy, got the foot dipping real different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant. No skis, I'm the dope for sharper than a blade. For attacks, make these clowns pay for all the shade. Bustin' moves, no moves, got the game in a choke. You the black, I'm the Lexi, hit the spoke. From the day to DC, I keep them on their toes. Level up with the blueprint, that's the power glow. Goes with all the fakes, now my circle A1. Moving 100 kids, this race is already won. Got the power, vision, crystal clear. Stick with ambition, yeah, make the history right here. Ops talk a lot, but they cannot take the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Past the hate, got my foot on the gas. Bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built to last. Slap with the plan, moving chestnut checkers. Presidential flex, got my game on the necklace. Level up, we take over, don't stop. Get you clean, get it proper, we ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit, good. Go on 1,000, 100, 1605. Presidential, we found it. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game, presidential, got the nation in a lock. Got the damage, yeah, 100, no facade. Drip celestial, shining brighter than a star. When I'm calling shots, vision, HD, clear, slap with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. I'll stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Stacking legacy bricks, every bar's a new crown. So in the White House, DC is the jail. Woke up in the mansion, views from the East Wing prime. Presidential, residential, got the poles in the climb. No cap, I'm the vibe, calm in the storm. Got the world dropping bombs.
sounds like I'm reading out a song. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Rolling through the air, thank you. Getting real cold, make the whole world flip. Busting off the charts, got the game in a trance. Drip 2, baby, yeah, make you wanna dance.
Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, yeah, that pop, we ain't gon' never stop.
Hey, Evan, you got it.
Yeah, flow on 1,000, 100, 1,605, presidential, we found
All right, ladies and gentlemen,